Hello, I'm John Daniels, Chairman and co-founder of Kinaptic. We are developing wearable electronics for digital healthcare. We founded Kinaptic to develop products based on our patented haptic human-machine interface. Here you can see my co-founder, Joe, controlling me to mirror his hand movement using an early prototype of this breakthrough technology. Because of the market size, available, willing strategic partners, and the readiness of our technology, we have focused first on wearable electronics for medical use cases, with a software change enabling disease-specific features from the same basic form factor in electronics. We have created wearable electronics for stroke rehabilitation, using the body's own electrical systems to improve patient outcomes. This is fundamental technology that will change the world, and Kinaptic has just received our second patent in the US. Our contracture sleeve is put on at the hospital and prevents muscle atrophy. Our pinch and grasp sleeve is put on at home and returns life skills to the patient. Our VR stroke rehab system invokes neuroplasticity, the rewiring of the brain around the damaged area. This patient's hand hasn't moved on its own for 18 months. Our contracture sleeve applies electrical muscle stimulation to stretch his arm with involuntary muscle contractions. This should be the standard of care at every hospital. My co-founder Joe is a graduate from MIT. I'm an innovator and patent attorney and have sold inventions to the largest companies including Microsoft. We expect to hire 10 to 20 full-time employees over the next year. Of course, there is competition. We love competition. Competition shows the enabling technologies being applied for stroke rehabilitation. Only our VR stroke system has our patented wearable electronics that use the body's own electrical systems to invoke neuroplasticity and reconnect the brain with the body. Having this awesome technology platform is critical for our success. It's also important to have barriers to the competition. As a patent attorney and inventor, I've been building Kinaptic's international patent portfolio since 2013. We already have issued patents in the US and expect our first Chinese patent in 6 to 9 months. If you do due diligence on us, you will be pleasantly amazed by the depth and breadth of our international patent portfolio and the many uses of our wearable electronics technologies. For example, in the US, there are nearly 800,000 new stroke patients every year. But because of the cost of physical therapists requiring expensive visits to a PT clinic, most of the time the money runs out long before the patient has reached their rehabilitation potential. China has the biggest increase in stroke patients with 2 million new stroke patients every year. There are too few doctors, too few physical therapists in China. Our wearable electronic system can be a big part of the answer to China's healthcare crisis. Our patented products improve patient outcomes for other diseases too. Our solution fits into existing reimbursement models, and the enabling technology is already FDA approved. Our foundational technology, applied as a universal wrap for electronic pain relief, is being released early next year through an online pharmacy called GoGoMeds. With our strategic partner, Bayer Pharmaceuticals, we are very soon deploying our technology as a wearable electronic for global cardiovascular digital healthcare. With the ability to detect biometric information and digital biomarkers for AI-assisted diagnosis, drug discovery, and remote patient monitoring. In another product example, a non-invasive sweat stimulator enables detection of glucose levels without pinpricks or drawing blood. This sweat chemistry detector, combined with a wearable electronic, creates a diabetes treatment and monitoring system. Electrical muscle stimulation causes involuntary muscle contractions to burn off glucose stored in the large muscles of the upper legs, allowing the body's natural systems to help regulate insulin and assist in the control of type 2 diabetes. Using a smartphone interface, The detected sweat chemistry data and other information related to diabetes is sent wirelessly for remote patient monitoring. This remote patient monitoring is clearly the future of healthcare. Digital healthcare holds the promise to help fix our broken healthcare system. Diabetes is a major concern in China. The World Health Organization reports that 1 out of 3 diabetic adults are in China, with diabetes now affecting 15% of the adult population. We have established the foundation for sustained company growth with multiple market opportunities. But first, we must put real points on the board. We have been in Berlin, Germany for the past year developing our thrombosis prevention product funded by Bayer. We are focused on making this first strategic partnership an unqualified success. Kinaptic receives revenue as the manufacturer of our wearable electronics, with our partners providing worldwide sales and distribution. We are looking for an investment of $5 million. We have a rock-solid foundation of intellectual property, know-how, and relationships. We have patent-protected products in enormous and accessible markets. Nearly all of the equity is still owned by the 2 founding partners, and the Kinaptic team will achieve our goals with a transparent, milestone-gated use of funds plan. So we are flexible to reasonable investment terms that will maximize our enterprise value and your return on investment. Digital technologies have the potential in a very, very short time to change the way healthcare is provided to all people everywhere. I truly believe we are on the cusp of a revolution. My company is committed to contribute to a positive impact on the health and well-being of all people of the world. China and the US are the world's 2 largest economies. So we must understand that we have a responsibility to find where and when we can cooperate and collaborate to advance digital healthcare. Confucius said that the grass must bend to the wind. So too, we must bend to this responsibility. I'm very hopeful that my short time in China is just the beginning of a long-lasting beneficial relationship. Thank you for listening to this presentation.